Hi everyone, welcome to the latest episode of Creative on the Scene. With me today is Papa Joe DeMeo.
Glad to be here.
Great to have you. I'm Roland Khorshidianzadeh, the host of the program, and what can you tell us about yourself, Papa Joe?
Well, I can tell you that I'm a singer, songwriter, actor, public speaker, sometimes a comedian, depending on who you talk to. But mostly I'm a songwriter, and I have a band called the Papa Joe Show. And we play Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, sometimes Long Island, New York, here and there. It's an opportunity for me to get my music out to the people, to give the people a good time, let them have fun, forget about their problems for a little while, just to let people forget about the mundane stuff that they go through every day.
Can you tell us how you became involved with the music scene?
Well, actually, that started at a very early age. I was about 5 years old, and I was singing and tap dancing back in those days, and I used to do an Elvis Presley impersonation. And then from there, it just grew. In high school, I was in and out of different bands. I was in chorus. I did theater, choir, all those things. I was always into the arts, as far as the acting, the singing. And to me, singing and acting are all the same, because you're portraying someone to the public in front of you, and they have to relate to that person in order to enjoy themselves. So that's one of the reasons I do both music and acting, and also speaking, because I get to tell people that, it's never too late. Because here I am, I'm 68 years old, I'm a Vietnam veteran. I was disabled for quite a while, but now Social Security says that I'm retired. So my retirement plan is my music.
Okay, what can you tell us about your acting?
Acting, I've done, I started years back with theater, doing plays, mostly originals in old Sacramento, California. When I came back to the East Coast, I did a couple of movies that never got released. And then I ran into you, and I did some music for one of your movies, became a background actor in one, and then now I'm in one of your movies coming up.
Great. Are there any anecdotes you can tell us about the Papa Joe Show?
Oh, God, I could tell you tons, but the funniest one, I think, was I was playing a club in Massachusetts, and I was the opening act for a headliner that I knew. And after we got done playing, I went out in the audience. My wife and I were just dancing and stuff. And out of nowhere, this girl just joins up with us and starts dancing. And she was doing okay until she grabbed my hat and tried to grab my hat and put it on. That's when my wife kind of lost it and said, no, nobody grabs Papa Joe's hat and put it back where it belongs. It was kind of funny, but it's one of those things, I guess you kind of had to be there, but if you just picture it.
What's the name of this place?
This is the Strange Brew Pub, and it's owned by Jason Wallace. Tonight we have Tim, who's the head bartender, and you'll probably be interviewing him later because he knows more about this place than anybody that I know. And then we have Eric over on sound here today too. and I think you're going to be in for quite a show. Even though we only have 3 of the 5 members here tonight, you're not going to notice the difference because my percussionist, Magic Mark Campbell from Coventry, Connecticut, he's a master. Also, my bass player, who's newly acquired with the Papa Joe Show, Chris Tavares, he plays bass. He's not just a bassist, he plays that thing. He plays lead on it, he plays rhythm on it, he's all over that thing, and it's fun. So I think you're in for a good treat tonight, and hopefully we're going to get a decent crowd. They usually start rolling in around now to 9:30, and if they're not here by 9:30, around 9:45, we'll be definitely starting the show.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
We play everything from swing to hair metal and originals that we've had out on radio worldwide for over 4 years now.
You do a lot of touring too, don't you?
I try to stay active, but it seems that the older I get, the less touring I do, and the more I keep it in the tri-state area of Rhode Island, Mass.
Hi, this is Roland Korshidian-Zada, and we're back again on Creative on the Scene. With me is
Eric Busson.
great to have you on the show.
Thanks.
So you're a sound technician.
Yep.
What got you interested in sound?
I've been playing music for about 15 years. I play in bands here at this bar. A way to stay close to music was to get involved in audio and sound. And I went to school for it, and it's also what I do outside of sound here.
Great. What instruments do you play?
I play guitar, bass, and keys.
Are you in any bands right now?
Yeah, I'm in a band. We're called Easy on the Mayo. ZOPME as an acronym for short, and we play here at Strangewood quite often.
What got you interested in music?
Just CDs and cassettes as a kid, just listening to music was always a big part of my life. Like in car rides or in school, I was just always listening to music. So I wanted to give a shot at actually trying to play music. So.
What can you tell us about the pub and how you got started here?
Just this kind of is like the main place in this town for music. They have live music pretty much every night, and being in a band, a local band from this town, this is where you want to go. So.
Great. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, this is just a great local bar for music. Everyone's welcome, I guess.
Perfect. Great to have you on.
Thank you.
You went away and left me long time ago. Now you're knocking on my door. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. I hear you knocking, go back where you were.
Hi, this is Roland Korshidian-Zada again on Creative on the Scene. With me are
Mark Campbell.
And Chris Tavares.
they are members of Papa Joe's band, Papa Joe Show.
The Papa Joe Show.
So, what can you tell me about what you guys do in the band?
Well, I play drums, percussion of different kinds, but some background vocals as well.
I played the bass for them. We started about 4 weeks ago.
So, how do you like the band?
I love the band. I like the comfortableness and I like the people.
It's not terribly demanding. We're allowed to express ourselves in the band, which is a good thing. That we're unrestricted in certain senses.
Okay, what can you tell us about how you first became interested in music? You can answer in either order.
I was 15 and someone needed a bass player and they actually had one. And I jumped in and picked it up, and unfortunately we had a gig and I didn't have a license, so my mom brought me, and from there on I've been playing since 1980.
How about you?
Well, I would say probably my first introduction to popular music would have been the Ed Sullivan Show, watching the Beatles on their first appearance there, and I was very impressed by it. And followed a lot of their things, and then I branched out and followed music and acquired some drums, much of them gifts from my parents and what have you, and I drove crazy, setting the kid up in the living room and playing and what have you. And I played as a basement drummer, I would say, for a long time, a little bit of guitar also. But over the last 10 years, my kids have grown and started going out and actually playing in front of people. Made the leap, and here I am.
Great. What do you enjoy the most out of all of this?
Well, I do like playing in front of people. I think that it intensifies the performance. You really are, if you're searching to satisfy people, to reach people, it's just a great sense, a great feeling.
Welcome back to Creative on the Scene. With me today is...
I'm Tim. I work at Strange Brew.
Okay, that's great. What can you tell us about the bar?
Well, we're a very fun and exuberant bunch here, built around music and good vibes. Over 100 beers to choose from, and we pride ourselves on our sound quality, and we love the people that come through our doors.
Great, give a shout out to your favorite beers.
Oh, Beard, you got my attention. Revival, nothing better. And, well, hell, Grey Sail, keep them coming.
You get a lot of bands that come here. Are there any notable bands you'd like to give a shout out to?
I'm a big fan of, actually, a lot of bands. Fleet, I'm teamed up every Tuesday with the front man for that band, Danny, for our acoustic open mic. But I'm a big fan of a lot of the bands. We got Motion Radio, I'm wearing their shirt today. Marvelous Liars, The Silks. I've been turned on to a number of great things, whether it be EDM with DJ Tomcat or Glenn Constant, or rock or metal, jazz, blues. Chris Zemba I team up with occasionally for some other things. He's an amazing blues guitar player. It's always fun. I mean, I never know what to expect when I walk through the doors.
What made you interested in becoming a bartender?
I've always wanted to be. I've been in the food service industry for many, many years, and when this family gave me the opportunity, well, they let me expand the wings and fly. And they don't get worried when I start flipping bottles and glasses around. And that means a lot to me.
What's your favorite part about being a bartender?
Showing off, I gotta say. Everybody smiles a little bit more when I'm behind that bar, and you know, even when I'm on the door collecting cover charge or something of that sort. I got a multi-role, so wherever I'm at, people are always glowing when they see me, and I'm always smiling with them.
So as we saw, we had Papa Joe on earlier, and is there anyone else who performs? Do you have other musical bands, or do you have people who do stuff besides music?
Well, I'm hoping that someday they're going to bring in a comedy hour. I think that would be fun, but
That'd be great.
we're still waiting for the right people and the right things to happen as far as that goes. But crediting Jason and the Strange Brew family for everything that they bring to the table as far as booking the right groups and the right things. There's a lot on the table. With Jason being the booking agent, not only for Strange Brew, but for the Rose Arts Festival that just came back after a couple of years. There was a 20-year absence for that, and that means a lot to the downtown Norwich scene as well.
Okay, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Well, just keep coming, keep having fun, keep dancing, keep drinking, and keep bringing the music.
So Strange Brew is a melting pot of a lot of creativity and collaboration. Can you tell us about that and the community here?
Oh, absolutely. We've got one of the most talented and gifted artists and choreographers as far as that goes. We've got walls all over the place filled with art, all from local endeavors. And well, Lucia is very fair about how she gets everybody up on the walls, and there's a lot for sale. People just keep buying. I think we've cracked over 150 now in this building for artists' pieces of work sold. And there's just way too much talent out there to let it not be seen. This provides the opportunity and the place for that to happen.
Or a five-piece band, but tonight we are a trio. Behind me on percussions, Magic Mark Campbell from Coventry, Connecticut. Hold on. And over here, this charismatic man on the bottom end, the best bass player around town, Chris Tavares. And I am Papa Joe DeMeo. We are part of the Papa Joe Show. Like I said, normally we're a 4 or 5 piece band, but I hope you're enjoying our little trio that we put together for you tonight. And thank you again for coming out. Thank you. This is a song that we took and revamped from the bubblegum days, if anybody remembers that music at all. Yeah, there was bands called the Archies and such. This one was called Beautiful Sunday, and it was written by Daniel Boone. And it was quite the bubblegum tune, and we took it and kind of rocked it out a little bit. Hope you like it. so alive. My, it's a beautiful day. We'll drive on, follow the sun. We'll take the Sunday going on. My, it's a beautiful day. Hi, beautiful Sunday. My, beautiful day. When you say you love me. My, beautiful day. Beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful sun. My, beautiful day. My, it's a beautiful day. Thank you. That's Beautiful Sunday. By the way, I'd like to thank Creative On Scene TV for being here this evening at Strange Brew Pub here in Norwich. And I want to also thank Strange Brew Pub for allowing both the TV show and the Papa Joe show to be here. Kind of sly. I had a great feeling and I didn't know why. When I saw her standing next to me that day, I knew I had to have her. She'd be mine someday. I didn't know why. I had to try. Intoxicated by love. Well, after that day, Thank you. That was Papa Joe's Intoxicated by Love. Next up is a song that kind of tells a sad story.
Because when I first got home from Vietnam some 45 years ago, I didn't know what was wrong inside my head, so I started to wander all over the US of A. I found myself in South Chicago, and there I met a girl, and I fell in love. She was my one and only. I thought that she would be my one and only, and I would be her one and only. But then I found out that everybody in South Chicago was her one and only. Her name was Caldonia. Caldonia.
When you get so hard, love her. Crazy about my baby, Caldonia is her name. Well, walking with my baby, she's the baby. Don't eat and ain't eating nothing to eat, but she's my baby. And I love her just the same. Oh yeah. Crazy about my baby, California is her name. Well, skilly diddly 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 dee. Skilly diddly 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 dee. Oh yeah. Diddly 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 diddly. All right now. Well, walking with my baby, she's the baby. Long leaning, ain't nothing to me, but she's my baby, and I love her just the same. Crazy about my baby, California is her name. One more time. Well, crazy about my baby. Wild about my baby. Crazy about my baby. Wild about my baby. Crazy about my baby, 'cause California is her name. That's our version of Caldonia. Little Muddy Waters done Papa Joe style. Next up is a true story.
And the only reason I bring it up because it sounds like a funny song when you hear the words.
but it actually happened, and it concerns a person and their medical marijuana, which you've heard about people on medical marijuana, I'm sure. I've heard about it. I've heard about it. I've heard about it. But anyway,
There is such a thing?
yeah, that's what I've heard anyway. But anyway, this person was in, I guess, excruciating pain to the point of where he could not think straight, could not function at all. So his wife thought she would do him a favor and make him a special dinner and use his cannabis oil as cooking oil. And this is kind of what happened. It's called accidental intoxication. She tried to do something special. She tried to do something nice. Her man was in so much pain. She just wanted to make it feel right. She turned him sauteed coconut chicken with green broccoli for a side. She thought if she used his cannabis oil, it just might ease his pride. She didn't take it all the way through. She forgot she was eating it too. Accidental intoxication. Don't be calm your next day. He tried to tell her what comes up goes down. She wouldn't listen, she was thrashing around. He tried to reel her down just a bit. That's when she said, I think I poisoned myself. She didn't think it all the way through. She forgot she was eating it too. Accidental intoxication. Don't become your next patient. The ambulance took her away. She hasn't been seen till this day. The cause of all her separation, accidental intoxication. Didn't think it all the way through. She forgot she was eating it too. Accidental intoxication. Never messed with her kid. Even though she kind of hurt herself, what she did actually helped. His pain was gone, his mind was fine. It's just a shame that she crossed that line.